What's going on, guys? My name is FakeThriller, and today I'm joined with by SHuSTYBANG and YNOTtheTIGER and Veggie530, and we are going to do a short, quick recap of our thoughts from the first night of the Medal of Honor Warfighter Beta. So I guess let's just throw it around once to everybody. First of all, Tony, what do you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I got a thumbs up and a half a thumbs up. I don't know. You get such mixed results when you play like the first night. Like today had a great time, tonight had a bad time. So
okay,
it's half and half.
Veggie, what do you think?
It's a tentative thumbs up.
And Sean?
I think I'm with Veggie on this one. It's a tentative thumbs up.
All right, and I am diving in head first, head over heels in love, and I think this is the greatest thing that was ever made. I've been playing. I played for about 3 hours, and I think I had nonstop fun. So,
don't get me wrong. I don't want to make it sound like it's bad. It is a good time. It really is. But it's weird. Maybe it's because it's the beta. You know, you have great games, and you just have completely shit games. You know.
Right, and there is some questions. It's weird because we're going from, it's the end of the year for all the games that we've been playing, and we know everything inside and out. When something wonky happens in Battlefield 3, we can blame it on a high ping because we're playing on a West Coast or an East Coast server and all that stuff. But Medal of Honor kind of has this weird mystery factor about it, where we don't have all the information, so it's hard to tell exactly what's going on, and there are a lot of inconsistencies. I do have to say that my only gripe so far is the menu system. Seems to be really hard to figure out what's actually going on. It tells you unlock a lot of stuff, but it doesn't seem you can get to it. But for the most part, what do we think about the actual gameplay?
Dude, the only thing I really have to say about that is I don't know what the fuck is going on with these long-range hit detection, or lack thereof. I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't hit anyone at long range.
Well, there's definitely high recoil to begin with, but are you thinking
The spread is insane.
Yeah, the spread is...
Spread, that's pretty wide, because on the light machine guns in the original Medal of Honor, at distance, you couldn't hit anything. Well, literally, you could just be sitting there full auto on somebody not moving, the bullets would make a cookie cutter around them.
Well, now here's a question.
I don't know if it's protection or that.
Is this a problem, or is this just something we need to adjust to?
I think it's an adjustment.
Like the high spread, high recoil, tough to get kills at super long range? It's hard to tell. I know we were just saying, we don't know. There's a lot of inconsistencies because we don't know if our connection's good and so on and so forth. But that's what people want, though. They want a gun that's hard to, that rewards good players, right? You don't want easy mode like laser beams.
It's what's weird is because it seems like when you get killed, it seems like someone else has it easy mode laser beams, because it seems like you get killed in 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah.
But then when you're the one killing someone, you're sitting there emptying a half magazine and someone, you're just like, would they please die? Can I please get a hit marker?
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's one of those things where, of course, you're always like, oh god, why can't I kill in 2 bullets? But I think it depends on the gun, because I think the one that I'm using right now for the assault class, the assaulter class, is the M416, and it seems to be okay, but whenever I use the point man, the spread on that was AK5 or whatever it is, or A5K.
Yeah.
The spread is just ridiculous. I was shooting a guy at medium range, and aiming at his head, and it took me the entire magazine to kill him.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, well, what's going on?
I've noticed a lot of hip fire inaccuracies, almost sort of reminiscent of Battlefield. If you're just you can't run up when you're maybe 15 to 20 feet away from somebody and rely on hip fire. But what do we think about the game mechanics, the spawn system and stuff?
The original Medal of Honor suffered from the big problem that people could spawn in front of you, or people could really just kind of camp your spawn, and if they didn't watch you spawn, then they could watch you take 2 steps maybe, and then they were already on top of you. And in the beta here at Leicester, the demo, whatever, that still pretty much is happening in this game. That kind of worries me, but it is only one game mode. That's part of the reason I kind of gave it a tentative thumbs up, because I know from the original Medal of Honor that even if the issues aren't that terrible, they aren't necessarily going to fix them, and that kind of worries me.
Yeah, so it's almost like what you what you buy is what you get, so you better hope you're happy with it.
Yeah, especially when it comes to, like, the party system, throwing you on separate teams or separate firing squads. Like, that happened to us a few times, and that never got fixed in Medal of Honor, along with the spawn problems. And there's still a little bit of that, although it's not nearly as bad.
Now, just real quick, because I never played 2010.
Yeah.
What was the spawn system in that? Just basic spawn somewhere in friendly territory?
Yeah, it was Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Like
fixed.
I don't know about Veggie, but I know I played a lot of Sector Control, and what was that map that like it was some sort of a marketplace map?
Yeah, like Garsmere Town or something like that.
Yeah, there's literally like 2 spawn points that were directly diagonally across from each other, and you can get into an elevated position and watch both teams spawn in.
Yeah.
And I could see that, like, if they have sector control in this game, which I imagine they're going to, if that is going to be there, then it's a big problem. This, at least, they have, like, the fallback spawn point, so you have to spawn on your teammate. So I do like that. It gives you some freedom, although you're spawning way away from the action.
Well, or you're spawning helplessly in the middle of the action if something happens to be good. Like, we had a few times where we had, like, 6 or 7 people swarming our spawn. And you could barely.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, if you're gonna be a douche, like I did a couple times today, you know, when I was having a shit time, and like I've had happened to me, where you go and you do the fallback spawn, and there's a guy running through the spawn area looking for easy kills. So I mean, it's gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah, and Sector Control is the Medal of Honor version of Domination.
Okay.
I worry about the spawn systems in, like, the game mode we were playing in the demo, because there is fixed spawns for the bomb sites, and sometimes, like, it's not that far away from the bomb site that you're defending. And
Right.
if they have a game mode like Demolition or what was Objective Raid, Medal of Honor, same thing, those spawn systems are fixed, and if you get pinned back there, those airstrikes will just come down on you nonstop, you know. And so that's why I'm keeping it tentative, just to see, like, if when the game does come out, like, what issues are still there and what ones they're planning to fix. And the menu system. I know I said it a long time ago. I hate the Battlefield 3 like menu system where it saves randomly, and there's just too much going on, and they try to make it too busy. And this menu is really, it's not easy to navigate. It's borderline obnoxious.
It's uber busy, dude. It's like busy times 9.
Yeah, I just realized in the very last game that we just played that when you're waiting to, like, you're following your buddy and your countdown is going to spawn, there's actually a couple buttons in the bottom right that are quick change, like, weapon buttons and stuff. You can, well, and it...
Yeah.
Like, I never even knew those were there. Like, I thought I had to tab over with the right and left bumper and stuff like that, so...
No, there's like those things, like, they really, it's borderline obnoxious with the way there's like too much going on in the menus. It's not easy to get to something.
And not to bring up Call of Duty over and over again, but one thing that they do really well is the menu. Like, you could navigate the shit out of that menu super fast. Like, if you wanted to rage quit, you knew the button combo. Like, it was like start down X, you know, like, or start up X.
Yeah, get me the hell out of here.
Yeah, you're like, I'm out.
Well, you know, I don't want to stay on the hate train, but there's a lot of things about the game I like. I mean, I think it looks great. I mean, it sounds great. The controls, I think, are a little clunky. It feels a little sluggish compared to, say, like a Battlefield, or especially to a Call of Duty. Especially, like, horizontal movement feels really sluggish for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed there were a few things, like one thing I always do in Battlefield 3, and this is just a habit that I've developed, is when I'm prone, you can actually hit the sprint button to get your guy to pop right back up from prone up to standing, and start moving really fast. It doesn't work in this. You gotta hit the prone crouch button.
The B button, the red one.
Well, I have it set up
circle,
so it's my thumbstick, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I should do that too. It's a little challenging to get used to an older It's actually more the Call of Duty control system than a Battlefield.
And for any who haven't found it yet, there is a control scheme called Battlefield that will mirror your Xbox Battlefield controller.
Oh god, I should have done that.
Yeah. Snoop, you're kind of quiet.
Man, I'm just letting you guys do your thing here.
There's also that baseball slide thing, right? That
The dive to prone, sort of.
Like, I don't really know what the hell was going on with that, but I could literally do like some sort of Michael Jackson dance move where I would like slide at a 45-degree angle instead of sprint, and I don't know why. That was really...
Tongue sticks out too.
That was really bothersome. But the good things, like for those who haven't played Medal of Honor before, the score chain system is back. It's a little bit modified, but you have the kill streak system is the best, I think, really of any first-person shooter.
Best style.
Yeah, the best style, because you can call in either a defensive one, basically like a UAV type thing, or a mortar strike. You can kind of choose whether or not every time you get to a certain amount of points, whether or not you want to call in something that's going to kill somebody or something that's going to help your team.
Right.
I still think it's good because it's situational.
I've totally lost track of the time because I forgot to hit play on this little thing, so I don't know how much time we have left. But one thing I want to just go over real quick: what class was everyone playing as? Like, what did you find was your comfort zone?
I was using the U.S. Navy SEALs, and I was using oh god, I forget what it was. What the hell was it? Point Man.
Point Man. Okay.
And that I felt was best for me because everyone knows I'm a running gunner. In that class, you run fucking fast. And it had I can't remember what gun it was, but it had a normal red dot sight. It wasn't a zoom scope or anything, so it really kind of played to my strengths. So that's why I was rocking that all night.
Yep. I was running the what the hell was he? Canadian something or other.
I ran that one, but I mostly ran what I think they call the assaulter class, which I am not convinced yet that is a word.
You know what? Go. I know I said that too, but you go to the dictionary, it's actually a word, but it sounds really weird.
I'm not comfortable using that, and I request that they change that to something else.
So assault? How about just assault? Yeah. I use the U.S. Army's Special Forces, and I prefer the assault class. It just seems to be more in line of like how I like to play. You get a real grenade, you don't get a flashbang or anything like that. A good rifle to start out with. You don't move as fast, but I think it works fine.
Okay, now and this is just a quick question. We'll get into this more in depth as the game gets older. But we all kind of found I think we found the best classes. Like there's that heavy class that's like armored and shit, and the sniper class is kind of like, man, are those classes gonna be like pushed away and like really never used? Because they took a different approach where like they gave different classes different movement speeds and different ammo counts and stuff like that.
I don't know what the advantage was to that whole,
the Juggernaut.
Yeah, the Juggernaut thing. I think maybe if you put the mask on or something, because you could do that. Maybe that made you like less susceptible to an explosive or something.
I do remember seeing the guy with some alpha footage with the guy with a Juggernaut mask on. So, and I think you're just super beefy.
That might help you like maybe plant bombs or something. Maybe I was wondering if one of the classes like could plant the charges faster or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not sure what all of the advantages are to each class other than movement speed and that. There might be a little bit more.
I'd say the one thing is that Veggie and I could talk about as far as Medal of Honor Tier 1 is the other game modes. Like the other classes are going to be useful in other game modes because they do have a version of Rush. They had a version of Rush in Tier 1, and that was like a sniper heavy game mode. It was like everyone was a damn sniper. It was ridiculous.
Right.
So
I actually am really excited the dynamics that can come from like the fire team thing. Like especially if there are these classes that could complement each other. Like if you have you could have a sniper running with a heavy class and like send your heavy guy into arm the bomb or disarm, and you got your sniper long range support. You know, so it could be really interesting. But we'll talk about that more in the future when we actually know what we're talking about. Because I'm pretty sure we're out of time, because this video's over or about to be over. So. I appreciate everyone coming on for this call, and anybody watching this, I would love some comments down below talking about what your favorite class is so far and what you think of the beta. So, for Veggie530, Tony the Tiger, and SNUV603, I'm FakeThriller, and we'll catch you next time.